Dr. Amanda Mitchell stared at the anomalous readings on her quantum detection array, her coffee growing cold beside her keyboard. The object crossing the Kuiper belt didn't match any known celestial body patterns. Its movement was too precise, too deliberate. "Get me Colonel Davidson," she said, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. "And initiate Protocol Shadowkeeper." The deep space monitoring facility beneath Cheyenne Mountain hummed with renewed purpose as technicians responded to her commands. They'd drilled for this moment thousands of times, but this was different. This was real. Colonel James Davidson appeared on her secure screen within minutes, his silver hair immaculate despite the late hour. "Talk to me, Doctor. Remember that quantum signature we theorized about in 42. Amanda pulled up a series of complex gravitational maps. "We're picking up 5 distinct objects, moving in formation. They're using some kind of gravitational masking, but our quantum sensors are cutting right through it." Davidson's expression remained neutral, but Amanda caught the slight tightening around his eyes. Confirmation. 97% match with the recovered fragments from Nevada. She transmitted the data packet. "They're not even trying to hide from conventional detection methods. They don't know we can see them." "How long?" "At current velocity, 68 days until they reach lunar orbit." Amanda highlighted a trajectory path. "But here's the interesting part. They're broadcasting." Davidson leaned forward. "Broadcasting what?" "It's a repeating signal, similar to what we picked up from the Proxima probes. Our quantum AI is already decoding it." She paused, letting the implications sink in. "Sir, they think they're making first contact with a pre-spaceflight civilization." A rare smile crossed Davidson's face. "Excellent. Implement Stage 1. Keep our orbital defense grid powered down. Maintain civilian satellite patterns only. Let's show our visitors exactly what they expect to see." Amanda nodded, already typing commands. Across Earth's orbit, military satellites disguised as communication relays and weather stations continued their seemingly random paths. Deep within the moon's dark side, automated construction units remained dormant. In the asteroid belt, thousands of kinetic strike platforms maintained their silent vigil. "What about the Helios Protocol?" Amanda asked, referring to their solar-based defense network. "Let them get closer first. We need to understand their capabilities." Davidson's expression hardened. "We've planned for this moment for 80 years, Doctor. 3 generations of scientists and soldiers working in secret, preparing for exactly this scenario." Amanda pulled up another screen, showing global military readiness statistics carefully disguised as routine exercises. Chinese and Russian command confirms they're maintaining civilian profiles. The Indian space fleet is powered down, and European defense grids are running silent. And our friends down under? Australian Deep Space Array is tracking them perfectly. They've confirmed 5 capital ships, 12 support vessels. She highlighted new data points. The quantum signature suggests energy weapons, gravitic propulsion, and some form of faster-than-light capability. Davidson nodded slowly. "Standard Confederation loadout, just like we predicted. Initiate Project Looking Glass. Let's see how they react to some carefully crafted transmissions from our primitive civilization." Amanda began the sequence that would present Earth as an emerging technological society, carefully crafted to draw their visitors into a false sense of superiority. Across the globe, hidden military installations continued their silent preparation, maintaining the illusion of a planet unaware of its visitors. "One more thing, Doctor," Davidson said as he prepared to disconnect. "Your daughter's still at Stanford?" "Yes, sir. Quantum physics, just like her mother. Get her home. Quietly. We're going to need every trained quantum scientist when this starts." As the screen went dark, Amanda stared at the tactical display showing the approaching fleet. Humanity had hidden its true capabilities for nearly a century, developing in secret while maintaining a carefully crafted facade of normal technological progression. Now that deception would be put to the ultimate test. She opened a secure channel to the Quantum Defense Network. "Begin operations. Authorization Mitchell 7 Delta." Let's welcome our visitors properly. Across the solar system, hidden sensors awakened, gathering data on their unsuspecting visitors. Earth's greatest deception was about to begin, and Amanda Mitchell would have a front-row seat to humanity's first interstellar war. Lieutenant Emily Roberts stood on the bridge of the U.S. Theodore Roosevelt, watching the holographic display as the aliens approached the civilian weather satellite. Her fingers drummed against the polished steel railing, a habit from her academy days that surfaced only in moments of extreme tension. "Status of Battle Group Echo," she asked, her voice carrying across the hushed bridge. "Maintaining position below the thermocline, Lieutenant," her tactical officer responded. "Chinese and Japanese carrier groups are also in position, all vessels running silent." The massive carrier floated in the Philippine Sea, its nuclear reactors dampened to near-zero emissions. To any observer, it would appear to be conducting routine patrol operations. The reality was far more interesting. "They've taken the bait," announced Commander Peterson, his eyes fixed on the quantum radar display. "Zach's Theory vessel moving to intercept Weather Station Delta." Emily allowed herself a small smile. For decades, humans had launched primitive satellites, each one carrying a carefully concealed surprise. Weather Station Delta was special. It contained technology that appeared decades behind Zach's Theory capabilities, but packed a deadly secret. "Confirming alien energy signature," the sensor officer reported. "They're powering up their disruption beam." The bridge crew watched as the alien vessel, sleek and predatory, approached the seemingly helpless satellite. Their arrogance was almost palpable, a technologically superior race about to teach the primitives a lesson in humility. "Satellite shields failing," announced Peterson, maintaining the charade even though everyone knew the truth. "They're beginning data extraction." Emily straightened her uniform. "Execute Operation Master Key." The moment the alien ship interfaced with Weather Station Delta's systems, everything changed. Hidden quantum processors activated, bypassing the alien's cyber defenses through sheer computational brute force. Before the Zach's Theory could react, the satellite's innocent weather monitoring software morphed into a devastating computer virus. "Penetration confirmed," the cyber warfare officer announced with professional satisfaction. "Their primary shields are down. Deploy the package." The satellite split open like a blooming flower. Dozens of kinetic penetrators, each no larger than a pencil, accelerated to relativistic speeds. The alien vessel's secondary shields flared brilliant blue, struggling against physics itself. "Multiple impacts detected," Peterson reported, his voice tight with excitement. "Their port gravitational drive is offline. They're losing altitude control." Emily kept her eyes on the tactical display as the alien ship tumbled, its crew desperately trying to restore control. "Signal the constellation. Begin Phase 2. Across Earth's orbit, dozens of other disabled satellites suddenly powered up. The Zach's Theory's triumph turned to confusion as their sensors registered multiple weapon locks from supposedly primitive human technology. "Ma'am," her communications officer interrupted, "we're detecting a transmission from the damaged vessel." They're requesting assistance." "How diplomatic of them." Emily stepped forward, her reflection ghosting across the tactical display. "Patch me through to Admiral Morrison." The Admiral's weathered face appeared on her screen. "Good work, Lieutenant. You've given us exactly what we needed. Proof that our quantum penetration systems work against their shields. Should we offer assistance to their damaged vessel, sir?" "Absolutely. Show them how humanitarian we primitive humans can be." His smile held no warmth. "And make sure our rescue ships are broadcasting on all frequencies. Let their fleet see how quickly we responded to their distress call." Emily turned to her crew. "Deploy search and rescue vessels. Full medical teams, radiation containment units, the works. Let's show our visitors some good old-fashioned human hospitality." As the rescue operation began, Emily studied the tactical display showing the positions of Earth's hidden defenses. The Zach's Theory had just learned an expensive lesson about underestimating humanity. They still thought this was a simple satellite defense system, not understanding that every piece of human technology they encountered had been designed specifically to counter their capabilities. "Lieutenant," Peterson called out, "alien fleet is accelerating toward our position. Multiple vessels on attack vectors." Emily nodded, unsurprised. The Zaxtheri were about to learn that humanity's deception went far deeper than a few armed satellites. She opened a channel to the submarines hidden beneath the waves. "All vessels maintain stealth protocols. Let them come to us." She watched as more alien ships appeared on her display. The game is just beginning. Commander Michael Thompson ran his fingers along the smooth surface of the nuclear launch key hanging from his neck. After 15 years of commanding the U.S. Virginia, this moment felt surreal. The quantum detection array showed 3 Zaxtheri vessels directly above his submarine, their sensors probing the dark Pacific waters without success. "Depth 700 meters, his XO whispered, despite the fact that alien sensors couldn't possibly detect their voices. "Ballistic submarine Perseus reports ready in the Indian Ocean. British Vengeance and Chinese Dragon maintaining strike positions." Thompson studied the holographic display projected in the Virginia's Combat Information Center. The aliens had taken the bait, spreading their forces thin to chase surface vessels, while ignoring the true threat lurking beneath the waves. "Status of acoustic masking?" Thompson asked, his voice equally quiet. "Quantum dampeners operating at full capacity, sir. As far as they're concerned, we're just another whale." His chief engineer allowed herself a small smile. Those recovered alien sensor fragments really paid off. The Virginia's entire hull had been coated with materials reverse-engineered from alien technology, discovered decades ago in crashed probes. Every submarine in Earth's combined fleets had been retrofitted with similar systems, preparing for this exact scenario. "Signal from Fleet Command," his communications officer announced. "Operation Ghost Fleet is go. Authentication code: Poseidon's Wake." Thompson straightened in his chair. "All hands, battle stations. Prepare for surface breach maneuver." Throughout the massive submarine, crews moved with practiced precision. They had rehearsed this thousands of times in simulation. But this was different. This was humanity's chance to show the aliens why Earth's oceans had birthed some of its deadliest predators. "Multiple enemy vessels approaching the carrier group," Tactical reported. "They're falling for it." Thompson watched as the U.S. Theodore Roosevelt's battle group engaged in a fighting retreat, drawing the alien fleet into position. The Zaxtheri, confident in their superior technology, never considered they were being herded into a carefully prepared kill zone. "All submarines, execute Operation Ghost Fleet," Thompson commanded through the secure quantum channel. "Breach coordinates locked. Rise on my mark." Around the world, nuclear submarines broke their silence. The Virginia's hull thrummed as powerful engines pushed against the ocean's weight. Thompson felt the familiar sensation of ascending, watching depth numbers tick away on his display. "Enemy vessels adjusting course," Tactical announced. "They've detected our surface fleet's movement." "Too late," Thompson murmured. "Mark." 47 submarines surfaced simultaneously across 3 oceans, each appearing in the exact blind spot of Zaxtheri sensor coverage. Their missile tubes opened in perfect synchronization, a choreographed dance of military precision decades in the making. "Missiles armed," his weapons officer reported. "Quantum guidance systems online." "Show them why you don't ignore what's beneath the surface," Thompson said. "Fire." The Virginia shuddered as nuclear-tipped missiles erupted from her tubes, their trajectories calculated to thread through gaps in alien point defense coverage. Similar launches occurred across the globe, creating a web of destruction that no space-based defense system could fully counter. "Impact in 30 seconds, Tactical announced. Enemy vessels attempting evasive maneuvers. Thompson watched the alien ships frantically adjust their positions, finally realizing the trap they'd sprung. Their attempts to jam the missile's guidance systems failed. The weapons used targeting systems specifically designed to bypass Zaxtheri electronic countermeasures. Multiple impacts confirmed. His XO reported with professional satisfaction. 3 enemy capital ships critically damaged. Their formation is breaking. All submarines, execute dive and scatter, Thompson ordered. Return to silent running. As the Virginia slipped beneath the waves, Thompson allowed himself a moment of pride. The aliens had discovered that Earth's oceans weren't just a barrier to overcome. They were humanity's oldest ally in warfare. Message from Fleet Command. Communications announced. Phase 3 is authorized. Cyber warfare teams are engaging. Thompson nodded, knowing that Major Jessica Hayes and her NSA teams were about to introduce the aliens to another form of human combat. The oceans had taught humanity patience, stealth, and the art of striking from darkness. The Zaxtheri were about to learn why Earth's waters had bred the perfect warriors for space warfare. Major Jessica Hayes stood in the heart of the NSA's Quantum Defense Division, surrounded by holographic displays showing the status of Earth's cyber warfare campaign. Lines of alien code streamed across her vision, being decoded in real time by quantum computers hidden in underground facilities across the globe. Status on Project Lightbringer, she asked, watching as her teams worked with practiced precision. Decryption at 87%, responded Captain Sarah Miller, her fingers dancing across the quantum interface. Their encryption is complex, but exactly what we expected from the recovered probe data. Jessica allowed herself a small smile. For decades, humanity had been intercepting and studying alien communications, building an understanding of their systems, while appearing to be nothing more than a primitive civilization discovering basic computing. Execute Phase 1 of the counterstrike, Jessica ordered. Let's show them what those primitive human computers can do. Across the command center, dozens of cyber warfare specialists initiated their attacks. The aliens had assumed Earth's digital infrastructure would be easy to overwhelm. They never considered that every apparent vulnerability was a carefully laid trap. Multiple penetrations confirmed, announced Lieutenant James Wilson from his station. Their primary command and control networks are responding exactly as simulated, beginning data extraction. Jessica watched as the alien fleet's communications began to falter. Quantum viruses, designed specifically for Zaxtheri systems, spread through their network like digital wildfire. Each piece of corrupted alien code revealed more of their technical specifications. "Ma'am," Sarah called out, "we're detecting their counter-intrusion protocols. They're using methods we've never seen before." "Show me." The main display shifted, revealing streams of alien defense code. Jessica studied the patterns, recognizing elements from decades of research while noting new variations. The aliens were adapting, but not fast enough. "Implement Countermeasure Protocol ECHO," she commanded. "Deploy the quantum honeypots." The response was immediate. As the aliens attempted to trace the human cyber attacks, they found themselves drawn into carefully constructed digital traps. Each attempt to locate Earth's command centers led them deeper into a maze of false signals and corrupted data. "Enemy flagship attempting to initiate complete systems restart," James reported. "Their secondary networks are going dark." "Now," Jessica ordered, "launch Project Stormbreaker." Hidden within the aliens' own communication protocols, dormant quantum programs activated. Earth's most sophisticated cyber weapons, disguised as routine data packets, began their work. Ship after ship in the alien fleet experienced cascading system failures. Multiple enemy vessels reporting critical system malfunctions, Sarah announced, her voice tight with excitement. Weapons, life support, and propulsion systems are all compromised. Jessica moved to the central command station, her reflection ghosting across the quantum displays. "Begin targeted system restoration. Let's show them we can control their ships better than they can." The alien vessels, previously tumbling out of control, suddenly stabilized. Their weapons powered down, and their engines engaged at minimal thrust. Earth's cyber warfare teams had achieved complete control. Message from Fleet Command. Lieutenant Wilson reported. Ground forces are engaging in Seattle. Captain Cooper's team is requesting cyber support. Coordinate with Delta Force, Jessica responded. Give them priority access to the compromised alien systems. Let's help our ground troops even the odds. She turned to address her entire team. The aliens thought they were dealing with a civilization that had barely mastered digital technology. Instead, they found an opponent that had spent generations preparing for this exact type of warfare. The displays showed more alien ships falling under human control as quantum algorithms continued their relentless advance. In space, the Zaxtheri fleet struggled against an enemy they couldn't see or fight conventionally. Send word to Colonel Brooks, Jessica ordered. The orbital defense grid can begin its operation. The enemy's electronic countermeasures are officially neutralized. As her teams continued their digital assault, Jessica thought about how humanity's greatest weapons weren't the missiles or the submarines, but the invisible lines of code that had just brought a technologically superior force to its knees. The real war was just beginning, and it would be fought in the shadows of cyberspace. Captain Ryan Cooper pressed his back against the crumbling concrete of what had once been the Seattle Public Library, his enhanced combat suit blending perfectly with the urban environment. Through his quantum-linked helmet display, he watched as alien dropships descended through the morning mist. "Status report," he whispered, the sound carrying clearly to his Delta Force team through their neural links. Multiple hostile contacts, moving in formation through Pioneer Square. Sergeant Maria Rodriguez responded from her position 3 blocks away. They're using some kind of energy shield technology, just like the briefings predicted. Cooper checked his weapon's quantum charge indicator. The modified pulse rifle had been specifically designed to penetrate Zaxtheri personal shields, another gift from decades of studying their technology. "Remember your training," he transmitted to his team. "These aren't conventional forces. They've never fought in an urban environment like this. Use it against them." The aliens moved with mechanical precision, their armor gleaming in the early morning light. They swept through the streets in textbook formation, seemingly unaware that every building around them had been prepared for this moment. "Jackson, status on the infrastructure controls." "Ready on your marks," the team's tech specialist responded. "City systems are prepped and waiting." Cooper allowed himself a grim smile. "Execute Protocol Labyrinth." Across downtown Seattle, pre-positioned systems activated. Sewer covers sealed and unsealed in careful sequence. Underground maintenance tunnels opened and closed, and building security systems engaged in patterns designed to herd the alien forces exactly where humanity wanted them. "They're taking the bait," Rodriguez reported, moving into the primary kill zone. Cooper watched through his tactical display as the alien force entered the prepared area. They moved with the confidence of superior technology, unaware that every step took them deeper into humanity's trap. "All teams, engage at will. Show them how humans fight." The battle erupted in carefully orchestrated chaos. Modified civilian drones, hidden in ventilation systems and abandoned offices, launched electromagnetic pulse charges. Alien shield systems flickered and failed as they encountered frequencies specifically tuned to their operating parameters. "Multiple hostiles disabled," Jackson reported. "Their armor's not compensating for the EMP variance as quickly as expected." Cooper vaulted over a destroyed car, his combat suit's servo motors providing enhanced strength and speed. "Press the advantage. Close quarters combat, just like we trained." His team emerged from their hiding spots, engaging the aliens with a combination of advanced technology and brutal close combat efficiency. The aliens, used to fighting at range with energy weapons, found themselves overwhelmed by human warriors who had spent generations perfecting the art of urban warfare. "Watch your sectors," Cooper ordered as he engaged an alien officer in close combat. His quantum-enhanced reflexes allowed him to dodge an energy blade, countering with a vibro-knife thrust that penetrated the aliens' weakened shields. "Sir," Rodriguez called out, "they're attempting to regroup at the stadium. Looks like they're trying to establish a defensive position." "Exactly as planned," Cooper responded, dispatching another alien warrior. Signal the underground teams. Time to show them why you don't let humans prepare the battlefield. Beneath the aliens' feet, specially prepared demolition charges detonated in sequence, not to destroy, but to create new paths and channels through the city's underground infrastructure. The alien force found their escape routes cut off as the very ground beneath them shifted and changed. Multiple hostile units are retreating to higher ground, Jackson reported, moving into position at the needle. Cooper checked his tactical display, noting the alien force's movements. They still think height gives them an advantage. Signal orbital command. Let's show them how wrong they are. Above the city, hidden weapons platforms powered up, their targeting systems locked on the alien positions. The Zaxtheri were about to learn that every human city was a fortress, every building a potential weapon, and every street a carefully prepared killing ground. All teams, prepare for final engagement, Cooper transmitted as he moved toward the Space Needle. Let's remind these aliens why humanity has survived every threat it's ever faced. Around him, Seattle's skyline reflected the morning sun, its buildings hiding thousands of deadly surprises for any force foolish enough to challenge humanity on its home ground. Colonel Sarah Brooks stood in the hardened command center of Project Artemis, deep within Cheyenne Mountain, watching as hundreds of supposedly primitive communications satellites revealed their true nature. Each dormant weapon platform, disguised for decades as mundane technology, now powered up with deadly purpose. Status of the defense grid, she asked, her eyes fixed on the holographic orbital display. All platforms responding. Lieutenant Mark Anderson reported from his station. Power signatures masked until final activation. The aliens still think they're targeting outdated comsats. Sarah nodded, studying the complex dance of orbital mechanics playing out above. The Zaxtheri fleet had positioned themselves perfectly, believing they held the high ground. They never considered that every human satellite launch for the past 30 years had been part of an elaborate trap. Begin deployment sequence, she ordered. Let's show them what Earth's primitive space program was really building. Across Earth's orbit, communications satellites split apart like blooming flowers, revealing advanced weapon systems hidden beneath innocent exteriors. Solar panels transformed into energy weapon arrays, weather monitoring equipment became targeting systems, and broadcast antennas morphed into quantum-linked battle networks. Enemy fleet responding, Anderson announced. They're attempting to target our platforms. Initiate evasive patterns Delta through Echo, Sarah commanded. Deploy the micro-satellite clouds. What appeared to be debris from the satellite's transformation suddenly activated. Thousands of tiny craft, each no larger than a coffee cup, swarmed toward the alien vessels. These microsatellites, powered by miniaturized fusion reactors, had been specifically designed to overwhelm alien point defense systems. Multiple hits confirmed, reported Commander Jennifer Hayes from Tactical. Their shield harmonics are fluctuating exactly as predicted. They're trying to adapt, but our frequency variations are too random for their systems to compensate. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Execute Phase 2. Deploy the solar lance platforms. Hidden beneath the lunar surface, massive electromagnetic accelerators powered up. These weapons, disguised as mining operations, had been humanity's ace in the hole. Each one capable of launching projectiles at near-light speed, using the sun's own energy as ammunition. Solar lance platforms online, Hayes confirmed. Targeting solutions locked. Fire. Streams of superheated plasma, guided by quantum fields, lanced out from the lunar surface. The Zaxtheri ships, already struggling with the microsatellite swarms, found their shields overwhelmed by weapons they hadn't believed humanity capable of creating. Direct hits on 3 enemy capital ships, Anderson reported with professional satisfaction. Their formation is breaking apart. Signal the asteroid belt platforms, Sarah ordered. Cut off their retreat vectors. Throughout the asteroid belt, what appeared to be routine mining operations revealed themselves as weapon platforms. Humanity had spent decades hollowing out strategic asteroids, turning them into both fortresses and weapons. "Ma'am," Hayes called out urgently, "we're detecting energy buildups in the enemy fleet. They appear to be preparing for a mass faster-than-light jump." "Perfect." Sarah's smile widened. "Deploy the quantum anchor fields." The true purpose of Earth's quantum satellite network became clear as invisible fields of energy enveloped the alien ships. The Zaxtheri found their faster-than-light drives unable to engage, trapped by technology they had dismissed as centuries away from human achievement. "Enemy fleet is completely encircled," Anderson reported. "All retreat vectors covered. They're trapped between our orbital grid and the lunar defense platforms." Sarah opened a channel to Fleet Command. "General Harrison, the space theater is secured. You may begin diplomatic overtures when ready." She turned to her crew, pride evident in her stance. "The aliens thought our space program was primitive, our satellites defenseless, our orbital infrastructure crude. They never considered that everything they saw was designed to be underestimated." Above Earth, the remnants of the Zaxtheri fleet hung motionless, surrounded by weapons they hadn't believed possible. Humanity's greatest deception had been hiding its true technological advancement beneath a veneer of apparent normalcy. "All platforms, maintain targeting solutions," Sarah ordered. "Let's make sure our visitors understand the consequences of underestimating Earth's capabilities." General William Harrison stood in the Pentagon's newly revealed Interstellar Command Center, studying the holographic display of Earth's complete defensive network. Around him, screens showed the disabled Zaxtheri fleet, now surrounded by humanity's unveiled military might. "Transmission from the alien flagship," announced Lieutenant Emma Parker. "They're requesting a formal parley." Harrison straightened his uniform, decades of preparation coming down to this moment. "Put them through on the main display. Let them see exactly where they are." The alien commander appeared on screen, his crystalline features reflecting the light of Earth's orbital weapons grid. Behind him, Harrison could see the chaos on their bridge as crew members struggled with partially restored systems. "I am Fleet Commander Vertax of the Zaxtheri Exploration Force," the alien announced, managing to maintain dignity despite his situation. "We request terms of surrender." Harrison allowed himself a small nod. "I am General William Harrison of the United Earth Defense Force. Before we discuss terms, I believe some context is in order." He gestured, and a holographic display shifted to show historical footage from 1947, the first recovered alien probe. "You see, Commander, we've known about your civilization for quite some time." Vertax's crystalline features shifted in what Harrison's scanologists had identified as surprise. "Impossible. Our first probe reached your system only 3 years ago." "No," Harrison corrected. "That was merely the first probe we allowed you to know about." The display showed dozens of recovered alien artifacts, each one carefully studied and reverse-engineered. "We've been intercepting your technology for over 70 years. The alien commander's features clouded. The primitive responses to our probes, the seemingly random technological advancement, all carefully orchestrated, Harrison confirmed. Every technological leap humanity displayed was calculated to appear natural, while hiding our true capabilities. The Internet, designed specifically to mask our quantum communication network, the space station, a cover for our orbital defense grid. New images appeared, showing the global cooperation that had remained hidden for decades. Chinese quantum laboratories, Russian deep space tracking stations, European artificial intelligence centers, all part of a unified human defense plan. "Your civilization's arrogance was your weakness," Harrison continued. "You saw what you expected to see, a primitive species stumbling toward the stars. You never considered that we were watching, learning, and preparing." Vertax's expression shifted again, this time to what Harrison recognized as grudging respect. "The submarines, they were never detected by any of our previous survey missions. Because we developed our stealth technology specifically to counter your sensors," Harrison explained. Every piece of technology you encountered was designed to appear less advanced than it truly was. Even now, you're only seeing a fraction of our capabilities. The display shifted to show the lunar bases, the asteroid belt fortifications, and the deep space monitoring networks that had tracked the Zax theory for decades. Each revelation seemed to cause physical pain to the alien commander. Why? Vertax asked finally. Why maintain such an elaborate deception? Harrison's expression hardened. Because you weren't the only ones we detected. Our deep space arrays picked up signals from multiple civilizations, not all of them as diplomatic as yours. We needed to be ready. He gestured, and the display showed the true extent of Earth's preparation. Hidden fleets, underground cities, and weapons platforms extending to the edge of the solar system. Humanity united in secret, Harrison continued, preparing for the day when we would need to defend our world. Every nation, every military, every scientific advancement, all coordinated toward a single goal. Vertax studied the displays, his alien features showing clear comprehension of the trap his fleet had stumbled into. And now? Now, Harrison replied, we negotiate, not as conqueror and conquered, but as equals. Earth is ready to take its place among the stars, but will do so on our terms. Behind him, the screen showed humanity's unveiled might, a sobering reminder to any civilization that might think Earth an easy target. The long game of deception was over, and humanity was ready to show the galaxy its true face. Admiral Lisa Morgan stood at the observation window of the Lunar Command Center, watching Earth rise over the horizon. Behind her, holographic displays showed the positions of both human and Zax theory vessels, now locked in an uneasy diplomatic standoff. Status of the incoming ships, she asked, her voice carrying the weight of command. Multiple signatures detected at the edge of the system. Commander Robert Chen reported. Zax theory reinforcements, just as predicted. 7 capital ships, 15 support vessels. Lisa smiled, turning to face the command center. And our response? Ready and waiting. Lieutenant Catherine Walsh confirmed from her tactical station. Quantum detection grid is tracking their approach vectors. Hidden defense platforms are powered and locked. The Admiral nodded, watching as the new alien fleet approached. They were moving cautiously, no doubt confused by the sudden silence from their advance force. They had no idea they were walking into a demonstration decades in the making. Open a channel to the approaching fleet, Lisa ordered. Let's save them the trouble of making the same mistake twice. The main screen flickered to life, showing a new Zax theory commander. His crystalline features registered shock at seeing a human in command of such advanced technology. This is Admiral Lisa Morgan of the United Earth Defense Force, she announced. Your advance fleet has already discovered the consequences of underestimating humanity. I suggest you consider your next actions carefully. You cannot possibly have the technology to detect us at this range. The alien commander sputtered. Lisa's smile widened. Actually, we've been tracking you since you left your home system. She gestured, and the displays showed the alien's exact flight path. Your faster-than-light signature has a very distinctive pattern. We've had decades to study it. The alien commander's features shifted through various colors, a sign of extreme agitation. Impossible. Our stealth systems were designed to hide from conventional detection methods, Lisa finished for him. But humanity hasn't relied on conventional technology for a very long time. She nodded to Commander Chen, who activated a new set of displays. The aliens watched in stunned silence as hidden weapon platforms throughout the solar system revealed themselves, each one specifically positioned to counter faster-than-light approach vectors. Your civilization thought you were studying us, Lisa continued, but we were studying you. Every probe you sent, every scan you made, every transmission you broadcast, we captured it all. We learned your capabilities, your limitations, and most importantly, your assumptions about less advanced races. The displays shifted again, showing the true extent of Earth's defensive network. Quantum detection grids extending beyond Pluto, automated response platforms hidden in the Kuiper Belt, and weapon systems that defied alien understanding. "You have a choice," Lisa stated firmly. "You can turn your fleet around and report back to your civilization that Earth is not to be trifled with. Or you can follow your advanced forces' example and learn firsthand why humanity has survived every threat it's ever faced." The alien commander studied the displays, his tactical training obviously warring with his pride. "And if we choose to engage?" Lisa's expression hardened. "Then you'll discover that what we showed your advanced fleet was merely a fraction of our true capabilities. Earth has prepared for this moment for generations. We're ready for any choice you make." She gestured to Lieutenant Walsh, who activated the final display. The aliens watched as massive energy signatures appeared throughout the solar system, humanity's last resort weapons, hidden in plain sight. "The galaxy is a dangerous place," Lisa concluded. "We knew that long before you arrived. Every technological advancement we displayed publicly was a carefully crafted deception. Every apparent weakness was a trap. Every seeming vulnerability was designed to hide our true strength." The alien commander's features settled into what xenologists had identified as resignation. "We will withdraw. Your system will be marked as protected territory." "A wise choice," Lisa acknowledged. "But remember this, humanity is ready to join the galactic community. Not as servants, not as inferiors, but as equals. We've earned our place among the stars." As the alien fleet began its withdrawal, Lisa turned back to the Earthrise. Humanity's long game of deception was over. Now began the real challenge, taking their place in a universe that had just learned to fear them.